sounds so quiet today. Does it sound quiet to you? Maybe that's just how the Bob Doyle Show jazzy theme is, and I've just kind of forgotten. It's been too long, but let's get everybody in here and get this party started. We gotta get this party started. Get this party started. Everybody, I hope everybody's singing along at home. I don't like singing by myself. And by the way, it seems like that's not very loud. Hi, Nori. Okay, I'm just trying to get on the show, and my iPad's being obstinate today, so I'm doing a lot of this. Luckily, we've got those dancers in the background to keep you entertained. Now, why is it now? It's just showing. There I am. Something's not right. Something's not right on my end, but it's okay. I just want to be able to see your comments. I think I can. Had an issue. You know, sometimes I share. Ladies, please. You're just embarrassing us all. Anyway, it doesn't matter. I don't need to share my technical problems with you, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Bob Doyle Show gathering. The thing we do when we hang out every now and again. Did you bring your skeleton? Well, so you might be saying, Bob, what's the deal with the skeletons all of a sudden? Why the last show you were all about this? You talked skeletons. Well, I didn't, but my fill-in did. Did everybody see that? Oh, that was fun. Hi, Cindy. Thank you for the comment on my moves. You know what? This is. Oh, here we go. What is going on? I don't know what's going on. I think Facebook changed something in their iPad app. They can't do that without consulting me. So here we are. I chose a 5:49 p.m. start time. 5:49 p.m. You know, lots of market research, behavioral habits, focusing on my target audience, ascertained through hours and hours of focus groups and lots of market strategizing with the big wigs, you know, in the head office, the Bob Doyle Show head office. Cheryl and Sarah are here as well as Kathy, and I really wasn't seeing any of that before, but now I'm seeing it, so thank goodness. Thank goodness. So I've been having a little bit of a technical issue with my system here, but I want to make sure something's working, because otherwise we got to change a major component of the program. So give me just 2 seconds and let's see if we see. Okay, good. What do you see up there, ladies and gentlemen? Hi, Marion. Nice to have you here. We're just gonna have some fun today, right? So, what better way to start the fun than with this, right? So, okay, Bob, you're showing a YouTube video, right? And yes, I just want to say that the video says Spider-Man, if you didn't know. Spider-Man dancing, green screen, royalty-free. So, I'm going to make that mean that it's okay to bring Spider-Man into the studio here. Let him dance around me, right? Add some dynamite to this otherwise bland program. There we go. All right, so, all right, now I think it's just distracting, right? He's like, you know, whatever. All right, so anyway, so we have fun. So now this is just all technical goofiness. But what I've done is I've just decided I've found a new way to, oh, wait a minute, stop the presses. Marion says she was able to finally try virtual reality. Marion, we all want to know details. Details. Where, how, what system, what did you do? Did you like it? Hi, Tommy. Tommy's here, ladies and gentlemen, as well as Stephen. And every time I say it when he's here, but it's highly unlikely anyone will ever join this broadcast that I have known longer than Steve, who just joined, whose name you probably can't see if you're not connected on Facebook, and I do this constantly, saying, hey, look who's joined, and you can't even see it. You know, I could be making, oh, look! I could just make up any name. Robert De Niro, again, Good, and thanks for your comment on the last one. Yeah, Robert, he's afraid. But if you're not connected to him on Facebook, you won't see his comments. But yeah, huge fan. Huge. Drinking water today. Not coffee because it's too late, see? And not ginger beer. Why? Could it be that I've just decided that it's time to get a handle on this sugar thing and maybe pull in the reins a little bit and take a little bit more control and not let it get the best of me and stop obsessing over chocolate cake, chocolate bars, and ginger beer? Could that be the reason? No, the reason is I just finished one a little bit ago and my teeth hurt from the ice. So it's water for me. So look, on YouTube, let's go back. On YouTube, which is clearly I'm on right now. Okay, YouTube. Perhaps you've heard of it. They show videos and whatnot. Well, there's this whole, you can go and you see all these green screen things, like, right? Tiger green screen, okay? Now, this is a risk, by the way, because sometimes you just never know. But let's just click on Tiger green screen, and I'm going to pop into like the middle of it somewhere. I'm going to go full screen with it, get rid of the ad, and then the fun part. We bring him on in. Now, okay, he's in a bad place. I don't really want to move him, though. I don't want to move him because it screws me up. So forget that one. Bad example. But see, this is show business. This is live television. Until we find another one, we're just gonna see them. So this is how it works. We're gonna find something fun. Now here's the thing. There's, I could do like dancer, green screen dancer, but most of them not really appropriate for the Bob Doyle Show. And I think you know what I'm saying, right? That was my executive decision, not to objectify people. Thank you. Thank you. And thank you. All right, okay. So let's find another example. Let's just see, you can see I even searched green screen dancing. So let's just go ahead and do that search result again. And we just won't choose, these gals. SpongeBob, right? Oh, well, that's only 2 seconds. That's no good. Come on. Mr. Bean, he's kind of everybody's in the middle. So I'm going to be in their way. You'd think, look, perfect, right? A skeleton, because that's what we're talking about. Right? Enough with the ads. So now we'll bring Mr. Skeleton into the room with us. All right, I tell you what. If I can pull my head together here. So many buttons. Subscribe. Oh, you see what they did there? There was a call to action. All right, believe it or not, ladies and gentlemen, we can stop this nonsense. It's not really why I called you here today. So now you're saying, oh boy, here we go, group coaching, right? Nope. I'm not going to do that because this isn't a law of attraction broadcast. Right? But if you want info about group coaching, you can type group coaching into the comments and then you'll get it. Nope, that's not actually true. That won't work. So don't do it. Don't do it. What is going on? What are we even seeing over here on the screen? It looks like my iPad. Okay, I don't even know. I think it's a picture of my son-in-law holding my grandson real close up because that's my background on my iPad. You know what? Why am I explaining this to you all? Hi, Dawn. Hi, Angela. Caramel peanut popcorn. I don't know why you said that, but it was an ocean program. You were on a sunken vessel with fish and whales. You saw the blue, and you were probably with the HTC Vive, and you were holding handles, and that's the system I have. And the blue, which you looked at, is one of the first ones I show people. In fact, I'm just for fun, and since we've got this cool new setup, let me just see. I can't remember if I did like a little video on the blue or not. Videos, bounce, climbing, yeah, not on this. Well, wait a minute. Boy, a lot of them, but not the blue. Not the blue. But that's a great starter. Well, I'll catch up the rest of you. So virtual reality, of which this show is a big fan, an advocate of it. The HTC Vive and the Oculus Rift are the big players out there for the consumer right now. Both getting more affordable. And Marion got to go try it out. You know, you put on the headset, you hold the things, and now you're underwater and a big, huge whale comes by, and it's amazing. It's a great first experience because you don't have to really do anything or figure out controls. You just get to go, oh my God, it's like it's right there, right? Am I right, Marion? See, she loved it. I wonder if you did anything else. Because see, everybody can pretty much do the blue, no problem. But you start putting people on a roller coaster, or you fly them around the Earth in Google Earth, and then we see what you're made of. We've had people over that, we show them stuff, and they get into it. Google Earth, they love it. But then they stay in too long, and they're not used to it, and then they feel ill and lay down on the couch for a while. This is something that actually happened. May I ask you a question? Because this is in the description. How many of you watching this or on the replay, how many of you have seen this before? One moment. How many have seen this? Yes, you could, Sarah. You could go into the ocean. It's not like you're drowning. You feel very safe. Who's seen this? Anyone? Oh, gosh. Angela watched her mother try the roller coaster in VR. That can really throw you. Anyone seen this? Yes, no, yes, no, yes, no, yes, no. Diffuser, Sarah said it, yep. Have you seen it? Dawn says nope. Well, Dawn, this has you written all over it. It is a diffuser, but have you seen this particular one? Because here's the deal. This actually showed, you know how things show up on your Facebook timeline all the time, right? You see those little videos and you go, oh, that's almost irresistible. Or you watch them like infomercials and you go, oh, who would do that? Or we should do that. It's kind of like Sky Mall now, right? Except that the things are fairly affordable, right? Annette has 3 of them. You go, Annette. I have 2. They are diffusers, and well, let me say this first. So I bought them immediately because they were having a deal where it was like 2 for 1. And look, I'm not a salesperson, but if you go buy one of these because of me telling you about them, you need to write them a little note on the order form and say, by the way, I got this because of the Bob Doyle show. And you and every other marketer who has something to market, if it's good and he likes it, you should totally pay him to tell people about it. Because man, oh man. All right, so anyway, just real quick, let's see if this works. This is from a place called Art Naturals, but if you go to this is not what you'll see if you go to artnaturals.com. I actually had to do some digging on this one to find this deal, because this is the deal that I saw on Facebook. This is okay. I can even, you know what? I'll even copy it for you. Hold on. I'll paste this in a comment in a second so you can get to it, because it's not just artnaturals.com. But here's the deal. You get 2 of these things, and they send you 16 bottles of the oil and a little recipe book that tells you, how you can mix things up. Guys, I have to say that of the list of things that Lynn and I have purchased off of Facebook, we like most of them. We like most of them. You look at it and you probably go, oh, that's just a scam or whatever. But this one in particular, turned it on, plugged it in. It's also a Bluetooth speaker, so I can play my music through my phone through it. It has, I don't know if you can see this or not. I don't know if you'll be able to see this or not, but let's find out. It has a light cycle. You're not going to be able to see it. It has colored lights, and it has different modes of showing the lights, and so it cycles the light. So if you do this at night and you get a nice red, blue, green, yellow, orange, you know what I'm saying? It cycles through the lights. And you mix up your oils and it just smells good and it's a happy place. Anyway, hold on. I'm gonna go to Facebook. Hold on. I'm gonna try to make this look a little bit more professional. I'm gonna go to Facebook. Try to find this program of mine called The Bob Doyle Show, which is what you're watching, which is what you're viewing right now. Boy, I'm on a little monitor over here, and it's hard to find stuff, and it's making me a little crazy. The Bob Doyle Show. Everybody needs this, Don. I think it's so cool. All right, where's my post? Boy, this is tedious. If only I had a producer. I know. I know for a fact if I'd given this to Dawn ahead of time, she'd be plugging it in there right now. All right, here we go. Boom, boom. Now I have to say, now that's that. Okay, you're welcome. Enjoy it. Tell them I told you about it, and also tell every other person in the world who sells anything that you think I think would be cool, that I need to get it, fall in love with it, and then tell everybody about it. Because that's just how I roll. All right, now then, but here's a fun sort of wow-a-bunga moment that I have to share with you. And this is a true story, and it may not impact you on any level right now, but maybe one day, depending on the action you take as a result of what I say right now. You might look at this as the most serendipitous moment of your entire existence, because I did. So I knew I was going to share this thing with you today. I've been wanting to for a long time, and also just tease you with the fact that Lynn and I are going to do a whole series of programs on the things we've bought on Facebook, little reviews and fun stuff. So stay tuned for that. But not like right now. It'll be one day soon. But so I wanted to be able to share the URL with you. So I went to artnaturals.com, the main site up here, and as I'm scrolling through, if it's going to do it again, it may not do it. Let me open up a different window, and I'm going to open up a fresh window and see if it does it. It might not. And if it doesn't, this whole serendipitous thing for me to explain, I think it probably won't, because it did it twice. You know how sometimes you go to a site and something pops up, and if you don't take action on it right away, right, it's like, okay, fine, we won't show you anymore. Let me see if I can make it pop up. In essence, something like this popped up. Hold on. Let me change this monitor view a little bit. In essence, something like this popped up, and it said activate 2.5% pro rewards. Okay. Now I don't know if any of you have ever done any of these, toolbar based rebate programs where you go and you go shopping online like you normally do, and then you get a rebate somehow, a cash rebate. There's several things out there kind of like that, or other these toolbars that pop up. So here's the thing about pro rewards. Now I just got started with this, and this is in the world of digital currency. And I was actually going to bring the topic of digital currency to the table today, just briefly, only to say that it is a topic that I'm going to be digging into more and doing more programs on, outside of the Bob Doyle silliness, outside of the law of attraction thing, but really getting into digital currency, because, and I'm being really serious right now, because it is clearly the future. And if you're not up on that, I really recommend that you get up on it as soon as you possibly can. And I'm not an alarmist type of person. I'm not like oh my God, I'm not that type of person. But I am. Lynn has been in the digital currency world for a while. I sort of dipped my toes into the water about a year ago, and totally just ignored it. Like just said whatever. And Lynn just kept on it and kept on it and kept on it. And we sort of had a ha-ha moment when I visited my accounts the other day, and I thought, okay, wait a minute, this is a real deal. So I started looking into it, and I'm just starting it. I am not an expert in it. I don't profess to be an expert, but I am an enthusiast. And I'm really curious how many of you, and I know there are some people who watch the show who are enthusiasts, who are already in the game. And now I'm in the data gathering mode. I want to know what you've heard about it, what you're involved in. I want to share with you what I'm doing and and just start to have some conversations around it. So most likely I'll do a series of shows on these. I even know some people who I would talk to, bring in, and share it. So this is a big departure from my other stuff, but it is something that it has sparked a passion in me and a great enthusiasm. And being in the abundance space, if you will, and dealing with people all the time who are struggling with money and their finances and their future and all of this other stuff, I look at this and I see, well, this is the answer. This is absolutely the answer. Now we just have to get educated. because there's already people riding this train who are done. You know what I'm saying? They did it early, and they are set, right? And now it's still not too late. It's still so early. And I know from just the little bit I played with it, okay, I didn't have to do really much of anything. And, significant things happen. So I was like, okay, well, then I need to learn more. So here's what I want to do. I'm just throwing out this invitation to any of you who are interested in the digital currency thing and want to join me on this exploration. Be notified when I do these shows. I'm open to, articles, links, whatever you got, to hearing about it. And then I'll probably form, once we get a little group of interest, I'll form a Facebook group just about that. And maybe, and we'll talk about our things there and share our ideas there. Not promising that's going to happen because I don't know what the response is going to be. But if you're interested in it at all, just learning it, just like me, and all I can do right now is show you, well, this is what I'm looking at, right? That's it. And this isn't a push. This isn't anything. I'm just saying, I've started this journey. This is what I'm doing. What are you doing? And if you're not doing anything, would you be interested in learning along with me? Because I am totally learning, but I'm also really clear that we have to learn this. And believe me, I'm a person who looks at things, and when people start talking like this, I just go, we're going to be okay. We're going to be okay. Everything's going to be fine. Nothing's going to change. And now I'm realizing that is not true. That we are in such a period in our world with so much transition, so much stuff happening, so much disruption. We cannot not pay attention to our money, right? And again, since I'm in this conversation and people look to me, I'm not a financial expert. But in terms of, the law of attraction and abundance and things like this, I'm looking at, we've been asking vibrationally, right? So many of us for more abundance, a better system of money. The whole thing is part of like this universal thing that we have been wanting. Money and relationships, the big topics of the law of attraction. So here's this money conversation that we as a species have been like, something's got to change. And here comes the answer. Right. And so there's going to be this first pushback of people going, oh, that's not going to do anything. Well, those people said that about Bitcoin, and millions of dollars later, right, those people are laughing. So I'm just saying, you can continue to say, oh, this doesn't apply to me. This isn't going to happen, whatever. And then it's going to happen. And we're just at that time in history where you're going to have to, you're going to have to educate yourself on some things so that you don't have to learn the hard way later. And believe me, anyone who knows me knows I don't talk like this. I don't talk like, but I'm seeing what I'm seeing, so I see what's happening. So I'm looking for opportunities to grow my digital currency portfolio and learn more about it, help other people do it, because it is part of it. It fits right into my mission of empowering people and all of that. So I'm very excited about stepping into the space. Again, not as an expert, but as just somebody who's an enthusiast and would love to facilitate other people, myself included, in being successful with it and understanding it more. So, but yeah, so Dawn says she's got big resistance. So Dawn, just type coin. Because a lot of it's just not, you just don't understand the basic idea, and so it all seems very mysterious. But a little bit of education, which is absolutely, you're going to do it anyway eventually, I promise you. So getting educated on it now so that you can actually leverage being in it early is huge. Because there's no question that digital currency is the way of the future, but being a part of its growth in the beginning is an opportunity. And a lot of us have been putting out there opportunity. I want it to be easy. I want it to be fun. I want it to be massive, right? And here it is. So now it's an opportunity from a law of attraction point of view, we can look at this and go, well, that's not it. Let our ego, let our intellect, let our whatever talk us out of even looking into the opportunity or getting nervous about it or whatever. Because that's how the ego works. This could be a huge change for you. Let's think of all the reasons not to do it. And I'm telling you, I know this from personal experience. I didn't look at it. I didn't take it seriously. I don't know. Like a lot of people. right? And I'm just saying, well, for what my opinion and my experience and my discernment and whatever is worth to you, and I know some of you just know me as a silly goofball, but for those of you who hopefully know that I have a brain in my head, this is something that you would kind of consider. Hi, Nitya. I've got. I hope you saw your message. Nitya sent me a great law of attraction question that I want to answer on the show, on my law of attraction show, but this is not that. Dawn says you had a lot of resistance to Windows when she was in DOS as well. Right, exactly. And Windows was coming, whether or not we were wanting it or not. I was a DOS person too. I had the same eyebrow-raising skepticism as Dawn here. Right? So let me just say hi. So Annette is here, Dawn is here, Marion is here, Annette is here. I'm saying the names over and over. And Penny is here. Coco is here. Did I say that already? Anyway, this whole new layout, I'm not liking it on Facebook. It could just be a weird, weird glitch on how I got into the show. But I'm not a fan. But you know what? I'll adjust every time Facebook makes a change. We just don't like change, do we, as a species? Our first reaction is, why can't it just be the way it was? Right? Newsfeed, what is this? Remember that? That was a new thing on Facebook. People make a change. I'm used to it this way. So you automatically don't like it. Who's been guilty? And then you adjust to the new way and you go, this way is better. Or it's fine, or whatever. Same thing with digital currency. See what I did there? Okay. That's all I wanted to say about that. I just wanted to extend the invitation to those of you who are either live or watching on the replay. I'm going down this road, and the way that I operate, whether it was fitness back in early 2000 or the law of attraction for the past 15 years, and even voiceover, when I do something and learn something, I turn right around and I try to teach it to anyone who's willing to follow me. Some of you have followed me down the law of attraction path. Some of you have followed me down the voiceover path. Some of you have followed me down both paths. And God knows what other paths you might be following me down. But I sense your presence, and I'm okay with it. See? You thought I was going to call the cops or something, didn't you? No. I love your presence. I thrive on it. Okay. Some people are yes and. I'm more of a no but person. Dawn, I know. Me too. But that is something that I'm kind of committed to changing about my own being. Because I've learned that the no but way, that automatic way, while my ego is very happy, this is turning into a law of attraction show, while my ego is very happy with the no but because it doesn't have to be proved wrong or anything, or get embarrassed or whatever from saying yes to something that it shouldn't said yes to, it really cuts down opportunity and choices in life when you're an automatic no. And then try living with Lynn Rose, who's an automatic yes to everything. Oh. Well, you can just imagine. That's right, but Dawn, I'm not going to talk about the coaching. But you're welcome to put the link in if you want to. It does start in a couple of weeks. But I just came here to have fun with some green screen. Hang on a second. I'm gonna go back to the green screen thing, and I'll get out of the dancing. Hold on. I'm just gonna type in a random word and see what we can do, because there was something that was kind of cool. Now, here we go. This is just crazy. I have to get it where it's supposed to be. Get the elephants off. Oh, what? False advertising. Way false advertising. You guys, I am so sorry. I wasted your time. You ever gone to a video based on its thumbnail and it's like, no. I try not to do that. All right, let's see what we got here. Now, I just found a random YouTube video that is playing, well, this. And then I guess it just goes on to other things. This one's kind of light. This one looks more like you can't see the actions kind of happening behind me. So I'll just let that go. The only other thing I wanted to say to you today is I think that there needs to be, and if there are any doctors or people who, who study abnormal behavior and weird, whatever, well, I'm just stepping right up and saying, I've got this condition. I want to know the name of it. I'm not looking for help. I'm fine with it. But I'm just wondering if anybody else. Yes, it's hot in California, Sarah. It was a lot hotter before. Look at this. See, this is the California hot. That was well timed. Yeah, it's hot, and yeah, so I'm short sleeves. I even got a fan on here. You know what they say. Never let them see you sweat. That's what they say. Okay, we got a pet dragon off stage. What was I saying? Crap. Yeah, I know. I guess that's not. So I'm not trying to be funny with this, okay? This is just what happens to be it. It was like ink. See, it was like that before. So let's not make this, like I'm being insensitive. I'm just playing with lights. That's all I'm doing. I'm just adjusting the color of pixels on your screen with no anything going on. My condition. I can't remember. We were talking, it was you said hot. I was talking about a condition. You were about to ask about a condition. That's condition. Wow, this is so maddening to me. It's so frustrating. Oh, well. Oh, right. A condition. Oh, man. Okay, so I think I've got maybe two that we need to work on, but that one just became evident. It is this, that if I am not wearing socks, I am all out of sorts, unless I'm in the bed. If I lay in the bed, those socks have to come off immediately. I cannot, even the thought of being in bed right now wearing these socks makes me want to rip them off my feet. But I'm not, and I'm here, and so therefore the thought, okay, enough of this. The thought of not having these on takes me way out of sorts. I mean, because now I've just socks. You guys wear socks? See, I know there's probably a lot of barefoot people out there. But I wear these socks. They're called Redhead. You can get them at Bass Pro Shop. I don't know if you guys have Bass Pro Shop where you are, but back in Atlanta, Bass Pro Shop, that was a staple. Anyway, Redhead socks, and they have a lifetime guarantee, and they're thick, and they just hug your feet. I've been known to wear 2 pair at a time. In fact, well, okay, here's a story. Yeah, no, I do get out of sorts. If I'm like walking around and I realize, if I realize it. If I realize I'm walking around and I don't have my socks on, I can't do anything else until, I get those socks on. So I keep looking over here because this, YouTube just keeps cycling through these green screen links, and so now, right? Oh, ladies and gentlemen, the Bob Doyle Show is so much fun, isn't it? You just want to tell your kids and your grandkids and your grandparents and, but not your parents. Don't tell them. You know what they'll say. What are you doing wasting your time watching that guy? You need to be out studying digital currency. Don't you know what's happening in the future? Okay. That was just bad green screen. That was just bad. So, it was my fault. Okay, I think, since no one can tell me if I have what my sock whatever, there's got to be a name for it. I mean, I'll bet you there is. I'll bet you there is some sort of name. There's a name for a condition for people who need to have something on their feet. I'll bet you that's not. But shoes, that's not it. It's got to be socks, and they got to be socks that hug my feet, not like flimsy socks. Like if I'm wearing like just black dress socks, that does not do the trick at all. In fact, when I was in Bulgaria, and often when I speak on stage, I'll wear these Redhead socks under my black socks for 2 reasons. 1, they just feel better. two, my shoes are a little unfreaking comfortable, and it gives me that little passion. Bob, why don't you buy more comfortable shoes? I think I had this conversation that it's like a suit. Why don't I have one suit? Why? Because I don't wear suits. I have a suit that I have now shrunk out of. So now I look like I'm playing dress up when I wear my suit. So I clearly have to go buy another suit. And I may as well buy a pair of shoes that don't turn my feet into a pile of blood. Right? I know you guys are going, is this true? Are you really existing like that? I'm exaggerating a little. But I will say to this. Those of you who followed my Bulgaria trip and my did I mention about the socks? Now I can't remember. I know I told everybody that when I went to Bulgaria and did that whole trip to Montenegro and Bulgaria that I forgot to pack deodorant. I've told that story, but what I can't remember is if I told you the smelly socks story. So I'll say it briefly and then we're going to end the show. I know, don't cry. Don't cry. It makes me, see, I'm ruled by that. I feel way too responsible for your emotions. So if you cry on me, I'm just going to extend the show for nothing. It's just going to be a bunch of nonsense. You're going to be sorry that you did it. And then you're going to feel uncomfortable because you wanted me to extend the show and you go, oops, not if it's going to be like this. Now how do I get out of here, right? You know that uncomfortable thing at like live performances. Okay, what am I talking about? So my shoes are uncomfortable, and I was speaking on stage, and I had to wear black. I couldn't wear these. These are gray socks, right? So I couldn't wear those, even though they would be comfortable. So I had to wear, for padding, I had to wear these socks under my black socks. Are you all following me? Oh, I did tell the smelly sock story. Don says I already told it. Well, all right, I'll tell it again briefly. I'm not a big fan. This is why I could never. I'm not going to go down that road. So I had to wear so I'm wearing these socks under my black socks, under shoes that are so tight and uncomfortable. It's just miserable. And these are long days of many hours of walking on stage and talking about doing this. And I'm traveling, right? I admit it. I like to travel light. I try to pack light, and I think this time I underdid it. Certainly in the sock department. Because by the end of that trip and my double wearing and traveling, oh my God. Those socks were so unbelievably smelly. I was like, oh no, oh no, oh no. It really was the sort of, I got that when it was way too late, like the morning of the airport or whatever. I'm going, I'm going to be on a plane with this, a long flight, which means I'm taking off my shoes. I have to take off my shoes. It's 13 hours, whatever. And what am I going to do? I can't do this to a plane full of people. But I did. But here's the thing is, I was traveling business class because, Anyway, so they had blankets and the whole thing in the seat that reclines and all that. So I had a lot of space. So I took their blanket and I put it down on the floor around my feet. Oh, and they give you a little bag with their own socks, right? Just in case you forgot them, little slippers. So I think what I did, I wouldn't have taken off my socks. That would have been, the plane would have landed, it would have been an international incident, and I would not be speaking with you today. But I think what I did was I took my shoes off underneath the blanket, right? And then so they couldn't, hopefully, that blanket was never going to be lifted, right? Not that one. That was going to just take care of my shoes, cover up my shoes. And then while I'm doing this all underneath this blanket, while my hands were still on the blanket, taking off my shoes, trying not to let any air escape. And if any of you share a bed with people, you know what I'm talking about. Did I need to say that? Did I need that reference? Yes, I did. So then I take the airplane socks and slip them on over, hoping that somehow that will seal it, right? Obviously, nothing that's going to get through the impenetrable shield of socks you can see through. They're so thin. But this is all I had. And, sometimes you get lucky with those pod things on international flights where, like, one row has 2 pods, one row has one row has 2. I had a guy right next to me. I thought, if I could just not have someone next to me, it'll just be this, no one really knows where it's coming from, right? That whole thing. And I'm going, 13 hours. Oh, no. But I just kept everything wrapped up under that blanket the whole time. I didn't move it. I tried to keep my feet on the floorboard the whole time. Got up sparingly to walk around. And I don't know to this day if the guy next to me and the people all around me, the entire plane might have been like, that guy in 6A, right? What is he thinking, right? Because we've all had those people sit next to us on planes, right? Where you just go, are you serious? Are you serious? Are you serious? Are you serious? 4 hours? Right? You've had those. Oh, is that the worst? And then they want your elbow room too. Oh my God. Yeah, I love traveling. Well, my friends, I think I've run the gamut. We've talked a little law of attraction, which I wasn't going to do. We talked a little digital currency, which I did intend on doing. I shared the Art Naturals oil diffuser with you, and I hope it brings you many hours of pleasure as it has me. I have one in my office and one right by our bed. I love it. So again, tell them that Bob Doyle said, and they'll say who, and then you send them the URL of my show, and you send them the link to my app, and you know what to do, right? You're my marketing staff. Did you not know that? You should have gotten an email. And if you didn't, Dawn, did you not send out all those emails to people? Oh, wait, I forgot to tell you that idea. All right, forget it. Well, everyone, today is Thursday, so make sure you have a wonderful Thursday night. I've got too many buttons to push. Have a wonderful Thursday night, and I know for a fact I'll be talking to you tomorrow.